Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How's your day? I hope all of you are healthy and well. I would like thank you for coming in my presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Deatnindia Amalia. My ID number is 191301113 from Social Education Class C 2019. Okay, can you see the picture here? What do you think? Beautiful, right? Yeah, nature provides us with the basic needs for our survival, such as food, shelter, clothes, etc. We use air, water, soil, mineral, coal, petroleum, animals, plants in our daily life. But do you ever think how long this precious material of nature will last? The growing population, rapid industrialization, and urbanization have created heavy demand on natural resources. In this opportunity, I would like to present about conservation and use of natural resources. This lesson deals with means of conservation of natural resources through prevention of resource overexploitation and sustainable development. I divided my presentation into 5 sections that I will convey now. First, what is natural resource? Second, types of resources. Third, classification of natural resources. And then conservation. And the last is need for conservation of natural resources. Okay, let's get to the first section. Do you know about what is natural resource? Yeah, good. The term natural resource means anything that we use from our environment to achieve our objective. For example, we require bricks, cement, iron, wood, etc. to construct a building. All these items are called resources for construction of building. A resource be defined as any natural or artificial substance, energy, or organism which is used by human being for its welfare. These resources can be 2 types. First type is natural resources. Natural resources are anything that comes from nature that can be used to meet the needs of human life. All that nature has provided, such as soil, air, water, minerals, coal, sunshine, animals and plants, etc. The second type is artificial resources. Artificial resources is a resources which have been developed by human beings during the growth of civilization. Can anyone mention an example of artificial resource? Yeah, that's right. For example, biogas, thermal electricity, and plastics. These man-made resources are generally derived from some other natural resources. For example, plastics from the natural resource petroleum. The air we breathe and the light we get from the sun are available in unlimited quantity. But what about coal, forests, and petroleum? The stock of these resources is limited, and it's depleting day by day. There are 4 classifications of natural resources. Anyone know what are the 4 classifications of natural resources? There are 4 classifications of natural resources. First, inexhaustible resources, and then exhaustible resources, and then renewable resources, and the last is non-renewable resources. Okay, first is inexhaustible resources. Inexhaustible resources is a resource that never runs out or gets depleted. Some of such resources include solar radiation, wind power, water power, and tidal power, and substances like sand, clay, air, water and ocean, etc. They are mostly the natural occurring resources, hence they reappear naturally. The second classification is exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources is a resource which are available in limited quantities and are going to be exhausted as a result of continuous use. For example, coal and petrol. The stock in the earth is limited and one day there will be no more available for our use. Third is renewable resources. Renewable resources is a sum of the exhaustible resources are naturally regenerate after consumption. For example, forest trees and plants that make a forest may be destroyed but new ones grow in their place. But if forest is totally cut down to get land for construction of buildings, it is lost forever. Some other examples are fresh water, fertile soil, vegetation, wildlife, etc. Next to the last classification of natural resources. The last is non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources is a resources which cannot be replaced after the use. For example, minerals like copper, iron, and fossil fuels like coal, oil, as well as wildlife species like rare animals and plants. Okay, let's move to the next section. What do you think about conservation? Good! Conservation is the care and protection of these resources so that they can persist for future generations. It includes maintaining diversity of species, genes, and ecosystem, as well as function of the environment such as nutrient cycling. We know that nature provides us with all our basic needs, but we tend to overexploit. If we go on exploiting nature, there will be no more resources available in future. Hence, there is an urgent need to conserve nature for the following reasons. Some of the needs for conservation of natural resources are: first, to maintain ecological balance for supporting life. Second, to preserve different kinds of species. It's called biodiversity. Third, to make the resource available for present and future generation. And the last, to ensure survival of human race. So, in conclusion, everything we do can have an impact on the condition of our environment, especially on the natural resources that we use every day. Therefore, the use of natural resources must be in accordance with the needs and not excessive in order to create a sustainable world. Efforts that we can do include conserving the use of natural resources, maintaining the preservation and continuity of natural resources, and wisely utilizing natural resources. That's all of my presentation about conservation and use of natural resources. Hopefully this is useful for all of us. Thank you so much for your attention and active participation throughout this presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.